Do you know the silent signs of a heart attack? In the realm of health, knowledge is power. Recognizing the hushed warnings of a heart attack could mean the difference between life and death. Today, we journey into this critical topic, shedding light on the top 10 silent signs of a heart attack. There's a world of wisdom waiting to be unlocked, a treasure chest of life-saving knowledge to delve into. So are you ready? Stay tuned as we dive into these life-saving signs. The first sign to look out for is chest discomfort. This discomfort can manifest in various ways, making it a bit tricky to identify. Some people might experience it as a sensation of pressure, as if an unseen force is pushing down on their chest. Others might describe it as a fullness, feeling as though their chest is being filled to the brim, creating a discomfort that's hard to ignore. This discomfort can also present as a squeezing pain, a sensation akin to a tight band wrapping around the chest. It's important to remember that these feelings might not always be severe. Sometimes they can be subtle or mild, making it easy for one to dismiss them. Moreover, the discomfort may not be constant. It can come and go, lasting a few minutes, disappearing, then returning. It can happen when you're at rest or when you're doing something physical. Remember, chest discomfort is a common and crucial sign of a heart attack. Don't disregard it, your life could depend on it. The second sign is shortness of breath. This symptom can occur with or without the presence of chest discomfort. Imagine this scenario. You're sitting comfortably, perhaps reading a book or watching your favorite show. Suddenly it feels like you've just run a marathon, you're gasping for air, your lungs are begging for oxygen, but you haven't moved an inch. This unexplained shortness of breath could be your body's way of waving a red flag. It's signaling that your heart might not be getting enough oxygen because of a possible blockage in your coronary arteries. Now, it's important to note that shortness of breath can also be a symptom of other conditions like asthma or anxiety. But here's the key. If it's a new symptom, or if it's getting worse, or if it occurs with any other signs we're discussing today, it could be a silent heart attack. So, never ignore if you're struggling to breathe without any apparent reason. The third sign to be aware of is breaking into a cold sweat. Now, this isn't the type of perspiration you'd experience after a rigorous workout or on a sweltering summer day. It's a sudden, clammy sweat that seems to come out of nowhere and can leave you feeling uneasy. This unusual sweat can be your body's reaction to something not quite right, and it's not to be shrugged off. It could be a response to pain, stress, or even a heart attack. Your body might be trying to cool itself down in response to the increased heart rate and blood pressure that can accompany a heart attack. Think about it. If you're comfortably sitting, reading a book, or watching a movie, and you suddenly break into a cold sweat without any obvious reason, it might be time to pay attention. So, remember, cold sweat isn't always a sign of being overheated or exhausted. If you're sweating for no apparent reason, it could be more serious than you think. The fourth sign is unusual or unexplained tiredness. Now, we all experience fatigue from time to time, but what we're discussing here is a sudden, unexplained change in your energy levels, a tiredness that doesn't seem to make sense. You might find yourself feeling exhausted even after a full night's sleep, or feeling drained after doing activities that you usually handle with ease. This is not your everyday tiredness. It's a level of fatigue that seems to come out of nowhere, that doesn't align with your activity or sleep levels. It's a tiredness that's disproportionate to your daily routines. This kind of fatigue can be a sign that your heart isn't pumping blood as efficiently as it should be, potentially indicating a heart attack. It's crucial to pay attention to these changes in your energy. Don't brush them off as just another busy day or a poor night's sleep. Never dismiss sudden tiredness, especially if it's accompanied by other signs. The fifth sign is dizziness or lightheadedness. Now you might think, hey, I've felt dizzy before. Who hasn't? But we're talking about a sudden sense of dizziness or a loss of balance that comes out of nowhere. It's that feeling as if you're spinning, or the world around you is spinning and you're not sure why. This sign is particularly important if it's paired with other symptoms such as chest discomfort or shortness of breath. You see, during a heart attack, the blood flow to certain parts of your heart is blocked. This can cause a drop in blood pressure leading to dizziness or even fainting. It's crucial to understand that our bodies often communicate with us through signs and symptoms. Sudden dizziness, especially if it's accompanied by other warning signs, could be your body's way of alerting you to a serious issue. Don't take sudden dizziness lightly. It might be your body's way of signaling a problem. The sixth sign is nausea or stomach pain. Now, this might feel a little odd to associate with a heart attack, but it's quite common. Some individuals might experience a sensation akin to a heavy pressure on the stomach, almost like indigestion. But why does this happen, you might wonder? Well, it's because the heart and the stomach share common nerve pathways. So, when the heart is in distress during a heart attack, it can often be misinterpreted by the brain as a stomach problem. This can result in feelings of nausea, stomach discomfort, or even vomiting. It's important to be aware that these symptoms can occur with or without chest pain. And they're often overlooked because they're usually chalked up to something as simple as a stomach bug or something you ate. However, if these symptoms are accompanied by any of the other signs we've discussed, it's crucial to seek immediate medical attention. Remember, not all stomach pains are due to something you ate. The seventh sign is arm pain. It's not just a simple pain resulting from overuse or a minor injury. This type of discomfort is different. It can be a dull ache, a sharp sting, or a numb sensation that seems to radiate from the chest and spread outwards. More often than not, it's the left arm that's affected, but it's not exclusive to it. Either arm, or even both arms, can experience this discomfort. The pain might start in your chest and gradually move into your arm, or it may just suddenly appear in your arm without any chest discomfort. It's essential to understand that each individual's experience can vary greatly. This arm pain is not always severe. It can be mild enough to be mistaken for a muscle strain. But here's the crucial part. If you're experiencing unexplained persistent arm pain, especially in the left arm, don't brush it off. Arm pain, especially in the left arm, is a classic sign of a heart attack. The eighth sign is jaw or throat pain. It may sound surprising, but this discomfort is a common symptom of a silent heart attack. This pain doesn't necessarily start in your jaw or throat. Instead, it often begins in the chest, then radiates upwards. It's as if an invisible hand is gripping your heart and then clutching your throat. This pain can strike suddenly, like a bolt of lightning on a clear day. One moment you're fine and the next you're clutching your chest and throat in pain. Alternatively, it can creep up on you while you're sleeping, rudely interrupting your dreams with a jolt of discomfort. Remember, this is not a typical toothache or a result of a bad night's sleep. It's a sign that something might be seriously wrong with your heart. So if you're experiencing this type of pain, it's time to seek medical help. Don't ignore it. Your health is your wealth. The ninth sign is a rapid or irregular heartbeat. An unexpected sprint in your heart's rhythm, or an inconsistent beat that feels out of sync, could be more than just a rush of adrenaline. It could be a sign of a silent heart attack. Now, this doesn't mean that every skipped beat is cause for alarm. But if you notice a sudden change in your heart rhythm, particularly if it's accompanied by other symptoms such as weakness, dizziness, or shortness of breath, it's essential to pay attention. Each heartbeat is a vital pump, sending life-sustaining blood throughout your body. When that rhythm is disrupted, it could mean your heart is struggling to do its job. This can be due to a lack of oxygen, which may be the result of blocked arteries, a common cause of heart attacks. So don't ignore the beat. Take note of any changes in your heartbeat. The 10th sign is unusual anxiety. This might surprise some of you, but yes, a heightened sense of anxiety can be a sign of a silent heart attack. This isn't your everyday worry or stress. We're talking about an overwhelming sense of impending doom or fear that seemingly comes from nowhere. Some individuals have reported feeling an inexplicable, intense fear prior to experiencing a heart attack. This sudden surge of anxiety can be so powerful that it's often mistaken for a panic attack. What makes this tricky is that anxiety is a common occurrence in our lives. But remember, we're discussing an unusual, intense form of anxiety here, not the regular kind related to daily stressors. It's important to note that not everyone will experience this sign. But if you do find yourself overwhelmed by intense feelings of anxiety, especially if they're unexplained, it's vital not to ignore them. Don't ignore intense feelings of anxiety, especially if they're unexplained. These are the top 10 silent signs of a heart attack. We've journeyed through chest discomfort, shortness of breath, cold sweat, tiredness, dizziness, nausea, arm pain, jaw pain, rapid or irregular heartbeat, and unusual anxiety. If you're experiencing any of these signs, don't ignore them. Seek immediate medical attention. They might be subtle, but they're potentially life-threatening. Remember, it's better to be safe than sorry. Take care of your heart, and it will take care of you.